Mimi sitaogopa. We cannot be cowardized by this impunity of government. When we say Ruto must go, we mean it. It is in our blood. We don't need this government anymore. We don't want William Ruto as a president. Kama ni Ruto must go mbaya, basi tunasema William Ruto must go. We don't want that person karibu na uongozi. That is what we mean.
Okay, so it's the morning of 28th of March. It's 6:30, and something that has never happened in this country happened jana. The head of the military, at the behest of Jambazi, came to threaten Kenyans. Oh, sijui, Ruto must go, must be within the confines of the constitution. First of all, there's something we need to establish first. The people are sovereign. The constitution isn't above the people. The people are above the constitution. Sawa. Second thing, this person trying to talk about the constitution, he literally deployed KDF illegally, unconstitutionally. Okay, at the behest of Jambazi. Okay, then Duale started running to parliament ndo wapitishe haraka after like 3 days. Nini mbaya na nyinyi? And you know this constitution you keep, you know, by there's a time I decided to cover the constitution and realized that from the first article to the 30, nilifika 31 nikachoka. Jambazi has desecrated every single one of those articles. So starting to quote the constitution, bro, mmepotea njia vibaya sana. Okay? Nurdin Haji is coming out, is starting to say, you know, sijui AI, they started invoking now AI, sijui Agona, sijui AI, sijui there's terrorists, sijui Sudan, Somalia. Man, they just sound confused, they sound scared. Why do people sound scared? Sinyi in serikali, you have guns, you have all that. Why are you scared?
Article 121 of the KDF Act says this, that any person subject to this act who commits any act, conduct, or neglect to the prejudice of good order and service discipline commits an offense and shall be liable on conviction by a court-martial to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or any lesser punishment provided by this act. There's a reason why KDF is supposed to be apolitical. He cannot in one, and this we must condemn the CDF for actually making an attempt to meddle into the affairs of the citizens. There's a reason why CDF should be apolitical. He cannot in one line say that KDF is apolitical, and then he goes further, number one, to lecture the citizens and tell them that you cannot say must go and you are the one who elected them the other day. That is none of his business. Totally none of his business. This is not Uganda where we have got a CDF lecturing the citizens. We are a democracy and the people are the sovereign. Kahariri, if he wants to do politics, he must remove the military cloth and come from a political party like the rest of us, or go to the streets. But he cannot. Fairness, Maliba, Trevor, this is a serious issue. Without
attacking the person, let's read that entire statement. That is,
I have watched the entire video. So when
some people say that they're tired with this government, a government they elected on their own, and then they say they must go, it can only be done according to the constitution.
No, I watched the whole thing live.
Here.
You are
literally here.
That is half. What I'm telling you is that I watched the entirety of the video. He first of all goes with the line that KDF is apolitical. Then as he proceeds, he goes ahead and says that when you start talking about must go, there's a part that is actually omitted in that excerpt where he says you elected them and now you are starting to say must go. How we choose, what the people choose to do with their vote is none of his business. And he should not lecture the people that since you elected them, you cannot say must go. I am talking about
for 5 years.
Actually, the constitution that he speaks about clearly gives we, the people, the right to recall our leaders. And by the way, saying Ruto must go is constitutional.
It is.
Just like, by the way, after he has actually come and invited himself into our affairs, I can boldly tell you that Kahariri must go for breaking Article 121 of the KDF Act.
Okay.
Now, quickly, I would tell Nurdin Haji, during this holy Ramadan month, that he leads Kenya's most sacred agency. There's a reason why we have given him that agency that no one else should actually be looking into. There's a reason why he has got power beyond any other. His agency has got power beyond any other. the chief who leads a sacred agency, that is the holy grail of our national security. He should stop PR. He should stop being out. He does not lead a Gestapo. He does not lead some secret police that is supposed to be going out and doing propaganda. A good intelligence agency, and the one that we actually envisioned in the Constitution, is one that is felt, not seen or heard. That is as much as I will say about him. He leads our most sacred agency, the first liners. And if the two of them were out on a PSYOP, if that was actually some PSYOP to actually prepare us going ahead, then this one is a failed PSYOP. They should actually go back. Because, Trevor, why do I say that? We are going to elections. Clearly, if you look at their statements, and even this headline, it says one thing, that in the war between politicians and the people, NIS and KDF, I'm talking about this story, have decided to side with the oppressors. They did not, for example, talk about abductions, which both their agencies have actually been pointed for their members playing a role. They didn't say that. So we as a people, what do we say? That Kahariri comes out for the first time breaking tradition to speak out. He didn't say anything about the people. He spoke down on the people. He did not talk about abductions, which out there people are saying that members of his service have actually been part and parcel of. They didn't say about that, but then they are telling us they want to chaperone us. They want to groom us. We cannot allow this, because if we allow this at mid-term, what will this do? What will they do to us? Okay. In the election time, we cannot allow them to actually do this. They must be condemned. They must go back to where they belong. And if Kahariri does not want to be the CDF, he should come out here and do politics. Otherwise, this
things are boiling nicely, really nicely. Tell me why all of a sudden Nurdin Haji NIS boss na General wa jeshi General Kahariri meimereti kuambia kwera Kenya, tafadhali wacheni Ruto afanye kazi. Hii maneno ya Ruto must go, tungoje mpaka ballot 2027. Kwani how hard is the road getting? How tough is it getting as time is going? But I think it's too low. General wa jeshi kwa yumelia. Okay, ni sawa, you support the constitution and the current regime, but ni vibaya sana jeshi ikionekana kama imeanza ku take political sides. It's very low. But something I know, this is tough. This war is getting tough each day. Each single day is getting tough. Kenya military na NIS meko yumelia. Tuthi na mbele na ku maintain the pressure. Otherwise, he must. Yes.
Okay, KDF pia wanaweza ogopa a Kenyan youth who is only armed with a smartphone, internet, and maybe a bottle of water. Mpaka kaamua tume CDF wao, General Kahariri, akuja kutupea warning ati shouting Ruto must go. Sijui anatufanyia nini. Kenya ni home bana. Kenya ni home. We are the people who will bring change into this country. Na kama umetuma general, inamaanisha we have pressed the right button. Inafaa tukanyage tu mafuta, tuongeze mafuta tu kidogo, na mtaona matokeo ya Ruto must go. Yes, kama umetuma KDF inamaanisha nini? Inamaanisha tayari washaingiza uoga. Sasa nataka kutisha na wanajeshi? Hapana.
It's so unfortunate that the now Chief of Defense Forces, General Kahariri, is lecturing Kenyans on how they should express their rights and freedoms. He does not understand that the sovereignty of the country lies in the people. And even if the military is protecting the republic, the people of Kenya are supreme to the presidency, to the constitution. The people are supreme to every amendment, everything, every policy that is being passed. Even the government of the day cannot be supreme than the people of Kenya. And that's what he does not understand. And now he's now castigating and criticizing Kenyans for expressing their rights and freedoms, whereas just less than a fortnight ago, the opposition, I don't know whether it's the opposition leader or it's the co-president, Raila Odinga, is on record saying that the military wanted to overthrow the government. By Kenyans expressing their rights by Kenyans expressing their rights or the military wanting to overthrow the government, which one is extra constitutional? Which is extra constitutional? They should reflect. And this fear-mongering initiative that they are taking will not work. It will not work in this Kenya. It will not work. This is something that they could try in Uganda or any other country, but Kenya, I don't know.
Guys. So the other day nimeona NIS and Defense Force wameanza kutuingililia as Kenyan Gen Z. And let me tell you, kwanza General Charles Kahariri, the work of the Defense Force, the primary actually of the military is to defend and protect the supreme of the territorial and integrity of the country so-called Kenya. And that's what you should do. You are not supposed to involve yourself or to engage yourself in politics. Because wacha nikuulize, like the time Gen Z were dying on the street, where were you? And where was the constitution to protect us? The body found in Kware, abductions zenye zilitokea, and there is some missing soul until right now. Where were you? And where was the constitution to protect us? JKI the other day ilikuwa inabebwa, inapotea, na Andani deal was taking over Kenya. Where were you to protect us and protect Kenya? But sahi ndio umerealize kuna constitution that should be followed. If you're just given a week, utoe tu hiyo uniform yako, uingie kwa ground 1 week, let me tell you, the next week you start singing, sasa not Ruto, William Samoei Ruto. The song must go. Sikupenda kwetu, it's what we are going through. We are going through hell. Hapa chini, through hell. Ni vile tu tumekosa option. Yeah. So, just stick on your lane, defend Kenya, and protect us.
We are alarmed by the statement from NIS boss Nordin Haji and KDF boss Charles Kahariri, who have jointly threatened citizens of Kenya from expressing their dissatisfaction with Ruto administration, especially during Nyayo Stadium match between Harambee Stars and Gabon, and the Safari Rally Hell's Gate, Naivasha. The two security bosses have wrongfully declared Ruto must go chants and campaigns extra-constitutional means of removing the Ruto administration from power. We are concerned since many Kenyans have suffered in the hands of security forces with killings, abductions, and unlawful arrest. Therefore, we would like to state as follows. 1. Freedom of expression is a protected right in the Constitution of Kenya 2010. 2. The sovereign power belongs to the people as enshrined in the Article 1 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and there's not even a comma that exists that limits how and when to express it. 3. We take this chance to inform the KDF and NIS bosses that we have read and understood their oath of allegiance and due execution of their offices is to defend Kenyan territorial integrity, both internal and external, according to the Constitution of Kenya 2010. Their allegiance to the Constitution and to the people of Kenya, but